Hello, I'm Mantastic'c and Fantastic, and today I want to share with you the team that I was utilizing to tackle Alt Shura 3. I was unsuccessful in my stream yesterday because I ran out of time, but there were like a couple of extenuating circumstances. My stream crashed, took a couple of minutes to get it going, and during that time frame I wasn't playing, had some other phone calls and beeping messaging and other things along that line. So I feel that this team is quite safe and consistent. I don't really feel like there's any true spawns that really can kill you. With 3 different shielding active skills, it's pretty easy to have a nice big panic button. And like I said, the team feels safe. It's definitely going to be a bit of a tighter clear, so to speak. But I feel like if I didn't have all those extra distractions, and obviously talking lots while I stream, can make this much more doable. Of course, if you don't even care about the title challenge, like I do technically have Stardra already, I could play this lackadaisically on my own, just in the regular technical dungeon section. But that being said, I just want to break down the team for you, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're interested in trying to cobble together something of your own. So, I feel like Royal Oak could be Natsuru. It really should be okay if I really think about it, but I just wanted to use the cool Flower Girl because she was buffed. Same amount of effective health, but I do get to play on 7x6, which in turn makes it much easier to hit like Row and maybe an extra 1 or 2 water combos to take advantage of the fact that Kaiba is boosting that damage a little bit. So this is essentially identical to my Shura 3 team, and the reason why it's basically identical is because, well, I have 1.15 million effective health. There's a large amount of effective health. I can tank basically all the notable hits that don't require shields, such as Hexazeons below 50%. But like I said, with Mori, Valkyrie Seal, and Kaiba, I have 3 different shielding active skills at the ready that can just save myself. And if you do end up using Mori or Valkyrie Seal, make sure Natsuru can be used afterwards, because Natsuru will be able to at least create heart orbs for you, especially on Mori's board, because you do Mori, then Oak, you just have a board of only water orbs, and that's not going to obviously work. So I feel like the team does have enough consistency, tons of damage. With 10 water rows, damage should be relatively straightforward. Everyone's going to double damage cap. That is at least allowed to double damage cap. And there is at least several VDP cards. Both the leaders, Valkyrie Seal and Kaiba, all have VDP, so you can chunk through those void spawns, at least in a timely fashion. If you don't have Kaiba, which I feel like is probably the most awkward card to have from this setup, so to speak, because it's from a collab from quite some time ago, I feel like Rex is definitely a great alternative. The drawback of Rex is you don't get that VDP, so you do lose out on that. Technically, the Light Enhanced combo was a worthless awakening. And while Rex does have a useful active skill, Valkyrie Seal and Albrich both overwrite time and RCV debuffs respectively, so it's not truly needed. But if you do use Rex, make sure you do inherit a delay on top of him, because I like the delay aspect from Kaiba along with the shield as well, but it's the delay that's helpful. Obviously on floor 1 it's great, helps you transform, helps you get going. Later on, if you do encounter Parvati, you want to delay her. And the reason why I say that is because you are getting leader swapped with this setup. And that's okay. You are able to tank hits with the team. Whoever you're leader swapped into is not a dead leader. Kaiba is pretty a reasonably legitimate leader skill as well. And all of them at least have enough multipliers to keep going. But against Parvati, it's a bit of a nightmare. And if Albrich is your RCV buffer, you want to save him for Baldwin, who could be very soon. So with Kaiba's delay, you wait out the leader swap, you wait out her RCV debuff, and then it becomes relatively easy to smash your way through her afterwards. If you get Minerva, you can make the judgment call of do I need to delay her or not, but you still can if you want to wait out that leader swap shenanigans, so to speak. And then you want to have the delay up again, which should be doable against the face spawns who could absorb water. And that's what also happened in that run where I ran out of time. I got Parvati, so I was forced to delay and wait. I got the face spawn that's 7 turns of water absorption, and you can overcome it. You do delay the spawn after you get Awoken Bound, and then you're just... the absorption wears off, you kill it, you're on your merry little way. So I feel like the team is safe, consistent. It's definitely not super speedy, so just be mindful that if you are going for Stardra, that you probably want to match and move faster, and just try not to have any other extra distractions, so to speak. And then in terms of the other weapon assists, it was a matter of me trying to find 100% blind resist. I think blind resist is by far the most important thing to have for this dungeon. There are some terribly painful sticky blind preemptives, and you don't want to get hit by that. And then I do have a tiny bit of poison resist. It'd be nice if I had more poison resist, but unfortunately that's not the case. But it's not the end of the world. I aimed for 10 rows because that seemed to be a reasonable good threshold for having all my double damage cap cards hit the double damage cap with relative ease. And then again, it's just a matter of finding ways to transform delays, haste, shields, whatever you need to utilize, and it's just mixing and matching weapon assists until you find that great sweet spot. Having more HP is obviously great, but having Team RCVs is also meaningful as well if you're able to squeeze them in, because, the 4 heart match does heal you up quite quickly, but having the ability to heal even more is obviously beneficial. So this is the team I'm probably going to use to tackle again when my wrists are feeling a little bit better and I can just play a bit faster and whatnot. And then the other team I was contemplating that was working reasonably well was this Daytona team. I feel like I could probably tweak it around a little bit, mostly because I need a shield to tank the new flower spawns preemptive if it is the dark flower. The other flowers I can survive, but Daytona teams just naturally have less bulk by comparison. So I feel like maybe if I can tweak it around, perhaps it might increase its level of consistency, but it was able to get pretty far, and I just forgot to shield. I actually had the shield up, and I forgot to actually activate my shield, so I died to the preemptive. But again, Obi-Wan's kind of like in high demand. Like if I do get RCV debuffed, it could be a little bit problematic. But with that being said, like if you are able to shield yourself intelligently and you don't get color absorbed and horribly, I think Daytona team can work quite well. It's definitely faster to play because, Daytona is known for speed. But with that being said, those are the 2 teams that I've been like contemplating utilizing like a little bit. I've only done a couple of attempts, to be fair, but I feel like they do have the capacity to at least clear the dungeon. And of course, if you already have Stardra, in theory, clearing the title challenge only gives you 1 magic stone. There's no extra benefit, so to speak, because you can't get Stardra Plus, which would be kind of cool if you could, but that's unfortunately not the case. But regardless of all that, let me know what teams you have utilized to tackle this dungeon in the comments down below, because I'm quite confident there are many other players who are trying to tackle this dungeon, and if you are able to list your team out with at least a reasonable amount of detail, it might help someone out there. Regardless of all that, hopefully you all have a truly fantastic day. I wish you all the best luck in your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.